Our next talk is Sea Otter and Abalone by Ann Bishop from the Moss Landing Marine Laboratories.
Morning, everyone. So most of you are probably not familiar with where Moss Landing is. It's a tiny little research school that's a consortium campus of California State University. And we're located in the heart of Monterey Bay, right above our submarine canyon and halfway between Monterey and Santa Cruz. And I chose this specimen from our collection. It's one of our sea otters. Before I get to the specifics of this specimen, I feel like I need to share with you a little bit about the history of otters, kelp, and the Monterey Bay. Sea otters are a wonderful and unique marine mammal, to kind of continue that marine mammal theme that we might have for this section. They were very popular around the turn of the last century for their wonderful pelts and fur. They can have almost 1 million hairs per square inch on their body. And because of that, they were hunted to near extinction by a lot of different nationalities and fur traders. And for most of the last century, we thought otters were extinct, but a few populations and pockets survived on islands out in Alaska and in the little coves of Big Sur along the central California coast. It's really rocky, a little hard to get to, so they were able to kind of hide out. And without the otters, kelp forests aren't quite as nice and pretty. Just as a lot of our ecosystems aren't quite as nice without those top predators to control the grazers and support the habitat. And so with the help of people, both from the fishing industry and from conservationists, people recognize that, oh my gosh, we have otters again. This is a wonderful thing. We need to protect these animals and protect the habitats that they function in. So Monterey Bay has gone from being a place about 100, 200 years ago that would have hunted these wonderful creatures down to being a place of otter education and otter awareness, and to have the community and all the visitors we have to our community to respect and love these wonderful creatures. If anyone's seen Finding Dory, you'll know that they have the reputation for being very cute. They normally don't look quite like this. So this particular otter is part of our otter collection. We have about 108 specimens, one of the largest skeletal sea otter collections, I believe, in the country, if not the world. And this one is number 34. And this one's one of my favorites, in part because it was articulated in 1996 by a group of faculty and students that during the marine mammal class we thought, hey, we haven't done one of these yet. They're just sitting in boxes. We have all these great skulls. Let's see if we can put this together. And so it was a team effort of students and teachers kind of stumbling around teaching each other this skill set of how to put a skeleton together. And while doing that, they decided to choose to pose this otter picking up one of its natural prey items, an abalone. That's that thing at the bottom that looks a little bit like a rock. Abalone are a really incredible shellfish. They've had various fisheries over the years, and like a lot of the species and stories of Monterey Bay, it went from being, oh, this looks kind of fun, or this looks kind of tasty, to let's fish all of it. And so that happened in Monterey, and it eventually became more of a restricted fishing where you can do hand collections at certain times in California. Unfortunately, because of various climactic and urchin and sea star, all these bits of our ecology, right now the abalone fisheries are closed in California. But like the otters, we are finding ways to still maintain these resources for human use. In fact, there are many places that are finding abalone. We might not be able to hunt them in the wild, because even though they are starting to come back in certain places, but they make a really great aquaculture specimen. And so you can grow them in aquaculture to help feed the communities around you as well. The other reason I love this specimen is because with that lifelike pose, it is a great outreach tool. Though we are a small research institution, we get lots of tours and lots of kids that they just think of otters as these beautiful, cute, cuddly things. Oh, don't you just want to squeeze them? But with this, they get to see the wildness of the otters. They can see the teeth, the nose, the claws, everything that makes these animals such a great predator. And another reason I wanted to bring this today, apparently today's World Otter Day, so love your otters. And with all the talk we have of species going extinct and the importance of biodiversity in collections, being able to keep these species alive and have some uplifting stories that even though humans may cause a lot of damage, we can turn that around. I thought would be really important to share with this crowd that it's not all doom and gloom. We can make a difference by sharing our collections and sharing our education with people who come to visit us and with each other. So thank you.